Well, good morning, world. We are live. We are live. I can't believe it. Can anybody hear us? Can anybody hear us? That is what we need to know. Can anybody hear us? We are live from the National Education Show here in Cardiff on a cardboard model of a Mars base camp. I don't know if you can see me waving there. A bit of a big budget event this is. Big budget event. Oh my goodness, we are smashing it here today. We have literally built a cardboard model of a Mars base camp. Can we pull that camera out again, please? Can we pull the yep, thanks, that's it, thanks. We've got the guy up in the drone above the city at the moment. We've built this cardboard Mars base camp with a 150-foot tall starship. Inspired, well, I'll tell you about all the inspiration behind that in a minute, but yeah, we didn't realise it was a virtual event. We thought it was like the event we came to a couple of years ago where we launched our UK tour, and here we are. We built this cardboard base camp, and obviously everybody's online, sat at home on Zoom. And can we cut to the stage, guys? Can we cut to this, zoom in again? Yeah, okay, zoom in again. So we want to show off the zooms. That's me waving there. So we can cut to me on stage. There we go. There I am. So I am here on the stage, as you can see. If we can zoom in on me there, that's brilliant. Hello, good morning. I'll get my glasses off. I have to get my glasses on every once in a while to sort of see the screen, because it's all a little bit small, the writing on the screen. I'm getting a bit old. I'm Nick Corsten. I'm just a dad. I run a project, a non-profit social enterprise, community enterprise called Scheme Co, which is all about helping our kids aim higher than high. Not just high, but higher than high. Powered by creativity and powered by community. We believe that art is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So one child's art might be painting, another's photography, cooking, coding, robots, rockets, dancing, design, DJing, whatever. We're going to help our kids find that passion. We're going to help them aim high with that passion, make some money, make a few friends, make the world a better place. That's what we say to the kids. And we are delighted today to be demonstrating our creativity on our cardboard Mars base camp. What's that? We've got Nina Jackson's on stage at the moment. My goodness, let's see if we can't just cut to Nina Jackson on here. Press the buttons. There's Nina Jackson live as we speak at Cardboard Cardiff. I hadn't thought actually, Cardiff. There we go, Cardboard Cardiff. So Nina is actually live on stage at the moment, if we're going to be able to hear any of that.
Somebody. So are you self-aware? Are your children and young people self-aware and checking in, asking again, taking that emotional temperature,
If you've ever seen
our well-being balance.
If you've ever seen Nina Jackson speaking, she is an utter legend. One of the independent thinking consultants, along with Harold Roberts, who I think spoke yesterday, Deborah Lewis, all these amazing people, incredible people here. If you've still got time, I don't know how long Nina's on for, but it's a whole day of content left. So go and get yourself a ticket. I think the early bird rates are gone, but go and get yourself a ticket now, because it really is an event you don't want to be missing. Nina is an utter legend. I don't want to give you too much, because obviously we want you to go along to the event, but she is just fantastic. She talks about creativity. She talks about well-being. She talks about all aspects. But I mean, let's see if we can just get another little snippet. I'm sure she won't mind if we just crop in on that just for a second and zoom in on her again. Just listen to what she's saying.
It's not selfish. And by recognizing what you need to do and how you can empower children and young people to look after themselves, it's going to increase your emotional intelligence and understanding of what your well-being needs are. So for you, ladies and gentlemen, book an appointment with yourself. Now, I need to let you know, I book a meeting with myself in my calendar.
Utter legend. And the anecdotes, the inspiration, the examples that Nina Jackson comes up with, I mean, you need her in your school. She's just incredible. She's a dear friend. She's given me a lot of moral support and emotional support and practical support. And she even chipped into our creative carer Patreon as well. Creative carers are people who care, like Nina, care about children, care about creativity, and care about all our futures. And if you're interested in creativity, particularly music, in your school community and the impact that can have not only on well-being but academic uplift, as well as fantastic day of CBD, then be sure to get Nina in. I saw her do a session with the real David Cameron actually in Edinburgh a couple of years ago, and it was spellbinding. I'll see if I can find a clip of that later. I'm going to be popping back during the day doing some live streams. We are, as I say, live today on a cardboard Mars base camp outside City Hall here in Cardiff. And you might be wondering why we're on a Mars base camp outside City Hall, Cardiff. Well, basically, we have been inspired by Elon Musk, to be honest, who has declared his intention to take 1 million people to Mars in 30 years' time. Now, those kids he's going to be taking to Mars are the children in your primary schools now. If you've got children in your school between 7 and 11, for example, they're going to be 37 and 41. The person that led the SpaceX Inspiration mission, the space launch that went to Mars, to space just the other day, last week, 10 days ago, the Inspiration 4 mission, that mission was commanded on the ground at mission control by a 26-year-old girl. The CEO of SpaceX, Elon Musk's space company, is a woman. These are jobs for the girls. So it's fantastic today to be here for the last day of World Space Week, celebrating the theme of World Space Week, which is very much about women in space, here at the National Education Show with Nicola Morgan and the whole team that have pulled this incredible event together. Despite the uncertainty of COVID, they've brought those educators together for a fantastic day of CPD. And as you can hear, we've now got Nina Jackson in the background.
And unravel them and think, right, how did I get you?
Well, how did I get here, Nina Jackson? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how I got here, because I got here the other day via quite a remarkable instance. I don't know if you saw this on BBC News. Can we just roll the VT on that, please, guys? We built a cardboard model of a Mars base camp and used it as our virtual set, as you can see here.
I think you'll find this fascinating. 2 seconds. Godspeed Inspiration 4. Copy 1 Alpha. You might have seen images this morning of 4 amateur astronauts blasting into space from Florida in the first ever civilian manned space mission. The trip, named SpaceX Inspiration 4 mission, is being funded by US billionaire Jared Isaacman. He is also funding an engineer who's launched Mission to Mars 21 to inspire schoolchildren around the country. I tell you, he is a one-off. Nick Corsten told me what he's trying to do.
I love being creative, and I love inspiring children with that creativity, to help them aim not just high, but higher than high.
That's awesome. That was crazily high.
Okay, so what have you been doing with the children in Coventry today?
Well, I don't know if you saw, but the Inspiration 4 rocket launch last night went off. And that is all about inspiring children to aim high in life, to follow their dreams, to find something they're passionate about and follow that, to maybe make a bit of money, to maybe make a few friends, to make the world a better place. And what we've been doing today is talking to the children about what happened last night, what that meant, because in 30 years, Elon Musk has said he wants to take 1 million people to Mars, which sounds fantastical. But he's built a rocket that can do it, the Starship. He's now building 1,000. Each one can take 100 people, and in 10 years, 10 times 100 times 1,000 is 1 million people in Mars. And I hate to say it, Nick, it's not going to be me and you that are going. We're going to be in care homes. It's the kids in school today. The kids in school today are going to be 40 in 30 years' time. They're going to be ripe for this. They're going to be perfect. And the amount of children that came up today to say, you know what, that could be me, couldn't it, Nick?
Well, my head is now in an absolute whirl. Nick Corsten, thank you. Yeah, and he's doing school tours around the country. When I heard I was doing an interview about space travel, I was over the moon.
Apparently Nick Owen does like to end his spots with a cheesy joke. so that's what it's all about. I mean, basically, you saw there, Elon Musk wants to take 1 million kids to Mars. Jared Isaacman is a dad, and he led the first civilian space mission just 2 weeks ago, and he gave us some sponsorship for a tour that we did just before the summer holidays called the Inspired to Learn tour. And everybody in Wales, I know that you've got a new curriculum, you've got creativity, community, technology, all those fantastic 21st century skills right at the heart of your curriculum. So really are very lucky, and this will be nothing to you. We're based in across the UK, the work we do with STEAMco. We're doing a UK tour, the Mission to Mars 21 tour. So if you'd like us to come to your school, we could build a green screen TV studio in your school hall, live stream an assembly to the children that are in the hall, as well as children in class bubbles, if you're still running segregation and bubbles like that, as well as to family homes, to bring your community back together and to connect your community using the tech, but with a live and live streamed event. And we'd love to come to Wales. We tell the story of Homer Hickam, how he in the 50s saw a Sputnik satellite, learned to make rockets in a dead-end coal mining town, Colwood in America, and how he learned to make rockets with the support of his mother, his father, the local teacher, and how he ended up working for NASA. Incredible stories, aspiring, creativity, teamwork, all these attributes. So I'm going to cut off now, I think. I'm just going to see what Nina Jackson's up to again, see if we can get her back up on the screen. Can we get Nina back up on the screen? There we go, there's Nina back up. We'll get her over there and see what she's got to say before we pass. We're going to be back later on today. We're going to be launching, believe it or not, we are actually going to launch that rocket that you see on the stage there, that 150-foot high cardboard Starship. At the end of the day, I'm hoping to get Nicola Morgan on to celebrate what she's achieved this week with a 3-day conference. We're going to celebrate that. We're going to launch that rocket to inspire all of Wales's children and the teachers and the whole community to come together to help their kids aim not just high, but higher than high. And I'd like to actually finish now with a fantastic film. Let me get my glasses on. Oh, I shouldn't have to get my glasses on. Come on, get that one. Here we go. So this is just off the scale. This lady here is Dr. Sian Proctor, and she won a trip to space on that mission, the Inspiration 4 mission. She won it because of her art. She's a poet, she's an artist, she's what they call an analog astronaut, which means she spends time on Earth practicing living in space-type conditions, and she's even been to a Mars simulation in Hawaii. I mean, it's a rock and roll life, isn't it, Dr. Sian Proctor? This week is World Space Week. The theme for this World Space Week is Women in Space. Yesterday was National Poetry Day. So why don't we just cut to Dr. Sian Proctor and hear what she said and how she got that ticket to space, because this is the film that she made to go to space with Jared Isaacman.
For family calls.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sian Proctor, and I'm a geoscientist, explorer, and analog astronaut, and I have dreamed about going to space my entire life. I actually came that close when I was a finalist for the NASA astronaut selection process in 2009. But what I am most proud of is the fact that I have been a teacher at the community college for the past 20 years, and I have been able to inspire hundreds of thousands of students through my education and outreach. My entrepreneurial spirit lies in the fact that I combine space art with poetry, and I've written an original poem to share with you. You've got space, I've got space, we all have space to inspire. That's why we dream of going higher and higher. But what is space if you can't breathe? Let's stop sucking out the air of our humanity. We have a moment to seize the light, Earth from space, both day and night. We have J for justice, to ignite the bold. We have E for equity, to cut past the old. We have D for diversity, to end the fight. We have I for inclusion, to try to make it right. A Jedi space to rally behind, a universal force so big it binds. Inspiration to change the world, a new beginning for us to hold. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about space to inspire for all of humanity. Science, technology, engineering, and math, sending us out on the explorer's path. But don't forget the arts, the heartbeat of time. Consider sending a poet who knows how to rhyme. So let's drop the mic and close the capsule door. But please make sure Dr. Proctor is on board. My space to inspire is what we need. Inspiration for all of humanity. I hope you will go out and use your unique space to inspire those within your reach and beyond. Thank you.
How amazing is that? How incredible is that? What an incredible woman. She made that film, wrote that poem, recited it, and won a 3-day trip to space with Jared Isaacman and the Inspiration 4 mission. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know if we can just catch a little bit of Nina before we finish. Oh, we've lost Nina. Why have we lost Nina? Why have we lost Nina? Oh, we've lost audio from Nina. Not to worry. Oops, not to worry. That's unusual. Let me just cut to my audio and have a look here.
Created.
Oh, there we go.
Some sketchadoodles. And take some relaxation techniques, some hands-on, some talking, some sharing, and some positive affirmations. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of something for you to think about today, ladies and gentlemen. On your path to emotional wellness, what are you going to do for you, for the children and young people, to find purpose, hope, balance, and optimism? You've been an absolute joy to be with today. I continue to express my gratitude and thank you to you. And in just a second, what I'm going to do, in fact, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to take off my happy
Big
wellness
Kutch. Is there a Kutch coming up? Are we going to get a Kutch, Nina?
Pop back on my National Education Show glasses, and I'm going to change my background so that I can come back to you and be, well, hello everybody. I'm Nina Jackson, part of the National Education Show. And I think we've just had Nina Jackson talking about learning wellness. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to
we love Nina.
Say a very big thank you to all of you that tuned into Nina Jackson's session there, and for actively being part of the chat. And I'm sure she'll be going in to check in all of the things on that in just a second. But we're going to be bringing up right now small changes, big wins, how asking the right questions can help children improve their mental health, from Sean Potter at Spiffy. Well,
so if you want to catch that, you need to get yourself a ticket for the National Education Show. I'll pop the details up for that along the bottom of the screen now. So here we go, live from Cardiff, live from a cardboard Cardiff base camp. We are here with the mighty Nina Jackson, and she's got a couple of chaps there as well at the moment, Spiffy, the Spiffy Happiness Shop people. This is just wonderful. I mean, if you're in school, out of school, whatever, try and grab some time. You can maybe watch it in your lunch break or your coffee break. And I think Wales has actually, I think it might be even had a CPD inset day today. I'm not too sure how they've worked it, but this is just fantastic. So be sure to check that out. This is live. We are live and direct from a cardboard Mars base camp outside Cardiff City Hall because we didn't get the memo, we didn't get the email saying that the event is virtual, but it doesn't matter because we're virtual, aren't we? Let's not pretend too much. Big shout out to all our favourite people in the world who we know from the event down there. People like Russell Prue, who we always bump into with his radio stuff. Big fist bump to you, Russell. You're fantastic. Obviously, they've got a new Wales Education Minister down there now who we need to get to meet. We did a fantastic podcast a few years ago with Kirsty Williams just before she rolled out they rolled out the new Welsh curriculum. So it'd be lovely to that. But we want to bring the Mission to Mars tour to Wales this autumn. So if you're in a school, you want us to come to you, we can come for a half day, we can come for a full day, we can do a drive-by, could even just live stream something. But you've got to see the dynamite rocket at the end of the session. I'm just going to cut now to a little film. If you're interested in what we do here at Steamco, we've worked with Nicola Morgan now. I've met her 4 or 5 years ago, and we've got a great relationship. And I'm dying to do more stuff down there with you guys. Later on today, I'll show you the film of what happened the last time I was down there at Cardiff City Hall, and something I did with Elton John, and how that unleashed a wave of creativity, not just across the city of Cardiff, not just across the country of Wales, across the UK, but across the whole world. Elton John, the Rocket Man, the ultimate Rocket Man. So let's just see if we can't cut to... I'm going to put my glasses on. I should fade to that, shouldn't I? So you can't see me put my glasses on like a real pro. Where's my film? Get that ready. Okay, and we'll get that up there. And yeah, so I'm going to play out now. I think it should be able to play out. If I press that button there, this is all quite hard. I'm actually doing all this on my own. If you watch later on, I might even show you how I do all this. So I can cut out of there. I can put a black screen up there because when I press this, we are going to see a film. Thanks for joining us today. We are live and direct from a cardboard Mars base camp. I'm Nick Corston from Steamco, and this is the Steamco story. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later on. Be back later on today. We're all born artists. The problem is to remain an artist as we grow up. That was Pablo Picasso. And I think we've got to help our kids, all our kids, aim high in life. Not just high, but higher than high. We've got to help our kids find their passion, their art. So I'm Nick Corston, I'm just a dad, I'm co-founder of Steamco. One day maybe I'll be the CEO, I don't know. So Steamco is a non-profit community enterprise that helps connect our kids with their art and our communities with their schools by running creativity days. And we want to get the whole community involved. We want people who've had kids, not had kids, got kids, whatever, to come and work with us to help us run these days.
It's magical.
What inspired me? Well, I saw a talk by Sir Ken Robinson. I read half a book called What's the Point of School? On what we should be teaching our kids. And I went to Camp Bestel, which is really a Glastonbury for kids. And I thought, I want this in my kids' school. I've got a lovely little film my dad gave me of me when I was 1 and him with my first ever train set. And I show that to kids in schools all over the country. And how my dad gave me the greatest gift. He gave me my art. Because art is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So art could be painting, it could be photography, it could be cooking, it could be coding, it could be dancing, it could be design, it could be DJing, it could be robots, it could be rockets. The fun, the excitement that we have making and firing rockets in schools is to be seen, to be believed.
This is the best day of my life.
This truck contains everything you need to run a creativity festival in a primary school. 30 coding kits with the BBC Microbit. We've got rocket making kits. We do cardboard challenge. We can do the egg drop. We've got a t-shirt printing machine so we can print I Love Art t-shirts. So the kids design their own logo, take a selfie. We've had thousands of posters of those done. That's with JR, French street artist JR. So we've got communities all over the country designing I Love Art logos, taking photos, and we sent them off to JR, and he's printed 1,000 of these off for us, which we're fly posting all over the country. So In lockdown, we got an Arts Council grant and we built a green screen TV studio. We've been live streaming events all summer. We did a 3-day Glastonbury event where we built a half-sized pyramid stage from cardboard and code and ran 3-day events. We had Martin and Gary Kemp. We had Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols on stage alongside community artists, dads and their kids. And we had a young lad from Leeds called Lenny who played his piano on stage, all virtual. And that's what we want to do. Lockdown's not going to lift in a hurry, and we're running festivals from a spare bedroom here in Paddington, but we need people involved. We want people to collaborate for creativity.
I think they're doing fantastic work with Steam.
For me, collaboration is everything.
Elton John gave me the greatest gift. Actually, he made a film, I don't know if you saw it, with John Lewis, where basically he tells the story of how he was given a piano as a kid and worked hard and made literally $1 million. I saw that film, ripped it off, put our own subtitles on it, and Elton John retweeted it. It had 50,000 views in an hour, and I went on a 2-week UK tour from Cornwall all the way to Carlisle, showing that film, showing my train set film, talking to kids about art and creativity, letting off rockets, and inspiring schools across the country in our 12 days of Creative Christmas tour.
You've inspired one little boy in particular, a very quiet boy, and as that rocket shot into the air, we heard the words blast off come out of his mouth.
Innovation, technology and dreams rocketing up to the sky.
The state education system, we have a lot of people feel it's been narrowed and narrowed and narrowed, focusing on teaching and testing of highly academic subjects, which are important, which are right for some kids, but it's not for everybody. And some kids come out of the education system literally broken. 9 out of 10 schools in Britain have reported cutting the arts in some way or another, which is a real tragedy. And we're going to lose that cutting-edge creativity that made Britain so famous. Creativity is Great Britain, after all. The ideal future for me would be a whole load of these trucks on the road with passionate, enthusiastic, committed, creative people, helping connect kids with their art and communities with their schools all the way across the UK. As Albert Einstein said, imagination can take us anywhere.
I would like to have steamed cold day in my class.